How you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V-Series videos I've been doing for the while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. We're going a bit international with this one, which isn't entirely surprising because, or surprising because I've done plenty of international stuff. I've done food from the Philippines, Thailand, and various other spots, but this is a new one. Anyway, folks, it's super simple format, which this jackassy plane is interrupting, but it is a super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why I wear super cool shirts? I like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom, it's my Dragon Ball shirt again. I've worn this one in plenty of reviews at this point. It's a newer shirt. I've explained it in the past. It's like, typically speaking, whenever I get a newer shirt, that tends to be the one that shows up in my, in the rotation more often, just because, well, for one, it's newer, so, trying to show off the duds. But then on top of that, it's just kind of around, and it's not, squared away in the closet yet. But anyway, this is the classic Dragon Ball, what with the Goku, the Krillin, and the Yamcha when he was still semi-useful, and what have you. I like the original Dragon Ball. I actually prefer it over DBZ, even though I think DBZ is still pretty damn solid. After that, it gets a little bit squirrely, and then I heard recently about their whole new thing, which is, effectively, let's take the part of Dragon Ball GT that pretty much everybody disliked, which was taking Goku and making him a kid again, and have everybody be a kid. For reasons. But anyway, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? What are we doing? Where's it from? Well, folks, we're taking a trip to, boom, Colombia! This is a place called Columbian's Taste. Yes, I've never had Colombian food before. I do have a friend who lives in Colombia right now. Hello, Kyle. I don't know if you watch my videos, but him and his wonderful family, they moved out there just earlier this year. And so hopefully this will be a nice representation. But I saw this spot. I did a review of some Harold's Chicken a while back. Go watch those videos. And this was in the same complex. There's also a Peruvian place there, so I'm going to get to that eventually too. And I figured, what the hell? Let's do a thing. So, what am I reviewing from Columbian's Taste? And by the way, this is going to end up in my Sampler Platter Local Love playlist, because this is a local spot. That's where all my local places go to. This is, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of it, I'm going to review, it's very heavy, oh god. Boom, it's this thing. It doesn't look the sexiest right now, but we're going to open it up. This is Tamal Tolimense. That is what I'm going with that. It is Tamal, Tamal, Tolimense. Tolimense. Tamal Tolimense. It cost me $10. It is an inheritance from the Indian Colombian culture. I didn't realize that was a thing, but that's neat. A corn cake filled with rice, chicken, pork, beef, potato, peas, and egg, all wrapped in a banana leaf. No substitutions. So, it sounds amazing. I'm very hopeful. They gave me sauces. I have no idea what to do with them. Because it's I'm used to, certain types of sauces going with certain things. So I'm just going to eat it plain, and we're going to roll with it. Let's open this up and then it has these. What are these? I don't know. I don't know crap about it. Let's open this up, see if we can get a little bit better picture. Even opened up, it's not the sexiest looking thing I've ever seen, but that's okay. At the end of the day, this will be for the thumbnail. Ha 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 ha! It looks like this. So let's give it a shot. Fork! Oh, that's a full potato. Okay. Potato's nice. Nice and soft. Still has a nice potatoy flavor. Sometimes when you cook potatoes out too much, It loses some of that kind of earthy potato-ness. But no, that was nice. Okay. Let's go for like the corn, rice, pea. Yes. Because of course I did. Hum. That's nice. It's got a little bit of a Spanish rice kind of feel. Very nice in, the texture and everything. A little bit, it's very, it's like al dente, I guess is the word for it. But no, it's good. It's tasty. It's got a little bit of a spice to it. Not like anything spicy, but, just a little something extra. Gives it a little personality. I like it. All right. Ooh, boy, that is a big-ass piece of, I'm going to say, pork. Ooh, that's some good pork. That is some very good pork. I like that a lot. Nice and tender. Everything about this. This is some food that you could probably get away with if you didn't have any teeth, man. Because it's like, and it's not mushy or anything like that, but it's just all, it's cooked in such a way that it definitely doesn't put up much of a fight. I can feel the Indian influence with this. In some of the way that the spices are kind of set up. Yeah, I mean, that pork is just, it wants to fall apart. That pork is excellent. I mean, it's kind of a weird dish in the way that it's constructed. But, I mean, everything here goes together. It's basically like, you could have kind of taken this whole thing and just had each separate element. You could have had your proteins, you could add your rice, you could add your potatoes. It's kind of just a whole meal in one giant, like, brought together thing. Like a loaf of deliciousness of rice and potato and all this stuff. It's really tasty. I like this a lot. Go Columbia. It's really hearty. I like the flavors that are involved. That's just tasty. It's really solid. It does a lot of things that I like. I do like the spices. If I have one point of contention, though, I wish they'd been a little bit more liberal with the spices. Because every now and again, you catch a little pocket where it's a little bit more spice than the rest of it, and you catch like that, that kind of like Indian influence, and it's super tasty. It's like that next level tastiness. Without it, though, kind of the normal level that you're getting, it's still really tasty. But yeah, man, like I'm hankering for that little extra, but it is very good. Fundamentally, it's like, okay, it's meats, potatoes, it's peas, it's rice. It's all simple stuff, but man, you go over there, you slap it together, you cook it up right, and that's really tasty, man. Like, I can totally see why this would be a thing. Because, especially like in the banana leaf thing, probably something that, and I don't know what this, ooh, try this. It's probably something you could go over there and like take on the go a little bit, especially if it's in a more compact kind of packet. What are you? Doesn't have a whole lot of scent to it. Doesn't have a tremendous amount of flavor. There's a little something there. I'm guessing maybe I was supposed to dip this in something? Where's the thing? Sauces! There's like a green sauce. Like a kind of pinkish sauce. And we got another green sauce that's more watery. And less. Are you the same sauce? You're definitely the same sauce. Okay. Alright, well, you know what? Let's try out some stuff, folks. Let's give it a go, since we're here and we're doing it. I'm guessing this is going to be like probably green Mexican sauce. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. Like the verde, I think is what it's called. Yeah, kind of like a verde sauce. It's nice, it's flavorful. I like it. I don't know where it would be applied. I mean, I guess I could put it wherever I want, but I'm not trying to start an international incident here, so let's try this. I'm going to try this. I mean, I don't have any more of the thing, but... Ooh! It's a little bit like a French dressing kind of sauce. It's sweet and tangy. I like this. I like the verde sauce too, but... I could see places for this. So okay, I mean, this one's gone a little bit long, but we're trying out new culture stuff, folks. It's gonna take a little bit longer. I mean, what's my overall takeaway from, I'm gonna have to look at the thing, from Columbia's Taste, the Tamal Tolimense. I like it. It's good. Like I said, my only critique of it really is just the fact that I would personally have liked just a little extra spice. I think a little bit something extra would have just gone a long way to just really, again, push it into that kind of upper echelon. But even as it is, it's a really cool dish. It's like, I really like the way that it's put together. It's just, here's a bunch of stuff that already works together. Let's slap it together into this one, sort of concoction thing and eat it. And that's what I did, and it's really good. Is it what I was expecting from Colombian cuisine? I didn't have any expectations coming into Colombian cuisine. I guess maybe I thought it'd be, more Mexican inspired, but there's, kind of aspects of that there too. Yeah, I mean, I like it, because it's kind of a blend of, different influences. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again, and would I recommend it? Yes, and yes, honestly. I think for me personally, like I said, this just works. This is one of those things where it's like, I could just eat this, and that could be my day. I could just be happy with that. It's going to be filling. It's going to be really tasty. There's a lot of really good stuff going on with it. There's no reason for me to dislike this. If I'm recommending it, when it comes to international cuisine, it can be a little bit difficult because it's I have to curtail it for, whatever audience I'm working with. But honestly, I think this is one of those things that even if you're like me and, you're just goofy Western American guy who you're I don't know a damn thing, because I admit it, this is something I think you could go in and order and be perfectly okay with. The flavors are distinct but familiar, and, it's all stuff that you pretty much had just put into a more interesting format and, cooked up in a really delicious way. So I'm 100% down with it. But anyway, final 2 things before I get out of here, or 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly Colombian food-tastic rest of your life, because that's a thing right now. I'm happy about this. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. But at the same time, folks, we're going to deal with things in our lives that are stressful, frustrating, etc. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks. Do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to watch this and you're going to be like, man, maybe this is fantastic. This is wonderful and amazing looking food. I need to try Colombian cuisine myself. So maybe you go over there, you try some out at a little spot near you and it's fantastic. Then maybe you go over there and you're like, you know what, this is so good, I got to go to Colombia and try it there. So you go to Colombia and you try it there. Then maybe you go over there and you run into this cool guy named Kyle, whose name is spelled differently than how you expect Kyle to be spelled. And maybe he's this like badass guitarist who used to be in a couple local bands back in the day. And they're just like posting pictures up, and you're like, hey, I met this dude Kyle. And I'm like, holy shit, it's my friend Kyle. He's super good dude. Him and his family are wonderful. I hope they're having an absolutely fantastic time living in Columbia. So, at the very least, I got to experience a little taste of it. But anyway, aside from that, folks, you don't have to go to Columbia to go over there and try this stuff, but it kind of probably depends on where you're from. But at least right now, I have to recommend it.